I think that gave everybody time to get food, so I think we're at a good place to start. First off, before I turn it over to our board chair, just want to say thank you all for attending. I also want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. This event without sponsorship would cost a lot for Wilkes Recovery to put on. So we have 3 different sponsors that have supported us today in making this happen. Taupe Gallery was in charge of the florals and table decorations. Finley Properties helped with print material, promotional items, and really just anything that needed to happen. And then we also had Blue Cross Blue Shield, who helped provide the food and some other things that we're doing here today. So I want to play a short video from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and then we'll get started.
With deep community roots, we aim to treat every North Carolinian like family. Our mission is to improve the health and well-being of our customers and communities. And we won't stop until healthcare is better for all. Social responsibility. It's not just something we do, it's who we are.
Take just a second to introduce our board chair, Mr. Cam Finley. He's got a few brief words for you before we jump into the presentation. So I'll turn it over to you, Mr. Cam.
Thanks, Devin. And wow, what a full house. I couldn't see everybody from where I was sitting, but it's really a testament to you, the supporters, coming out on an afternoon like this. And so I'll welcome you to the Wilkes Recovery Revolution Annual Luncheon. You know, I find myself reading a lot of news. Of course, there's a lot of tragedy in that news every day. The wars, the accidents, the mass shootings, and overdose deaths can make us numb to the importance of every human life. I know I battle with that. Perhaps we have a defense mechanism in our very soul because the tragedy and death can be more than we can bear. I don't know. But every life does matter, and at Wilkes Recovery, we strive to turn lives around, to assist in life transitions that can make a huge positive difference to each individual client that we serve. Only 7 short years ago, Devin Lyle, fresh in her own recovery, presented her dream to us. Having lost a son to the opioid epidemic, we were eager to help. We started with $10,000 and the use of 2 small apartment houses and a home. Devin and Walker worked tirelessly with minimum pay on the startup of Phases Transitional Housing. I believe our budget that year, 2016, was around $80,000. And without the faith and support of many of you, we couldn't have made it through that year. Thank you again. Fast forward to this year, 2023. Our budget has grown to $1.8 million. We have 23 employees and 9 different programs, all aimed at positively changing individual lives. We have even bigger plans that our executive director will review with you shortly. As we embark on these new and exciting endeavors, we remain deeply grateful to you for your continuing support that provides the tools necessary to positively impact lives of hundreds and thousands of clients that we serve. And with that, I'm proud to introduce our executive director, Devin Lyle.
I'm standing here just trying to regroup from listening to Cam tell kind of that story from beginning to end. I think we would have never imagined in 2016, 2015 that the work that we do would grow to be what our programming is today. But I'm going to go through some of that programming with you. Most of you, if you're here, know, but our mission is to create a community where recovery is possible through restoring hope, repairing lives, and rebuilding community. We have a board of directors that oversees all of this wonderful work. I would like, if you don't mind, if you have served on our board before, please stand up. If you've ever served. Thank you for your service. And then we have our 2023 Board of Directors, who is I'm not going to make them stand up again because a lot of them already did, but who are working tirelessly this year to help us carry out our missions. Our organization is structured, meaning from the board down, we first have our Board of Directors. We then have 4 committees. We have fundraising and events, we have program policies and procedures, we have the diversity, equity, inclusion, and we have the finance committee. Those committees report back to the board and then drive all of the programming that exists underneath that. Our team, we have an amazing team. And we have a team full of people with lived experiences, just like myself and just like many others. We couldn't do this work without our team. One of my sayings is always teamwork makes the dream work, because if our team isn't functioning properly, then our missions aren't getting carried out in the way that they need to. So if you are staff, could you please stand up for just a second? Thank you. This is definitely a we thing, because there is no way that I could carry out this work without all of these amazing people providing direct services and doing administrative work. So really appreciative of that. Partnerships. This whole room will probably stand up, so I won't do that. But we believe in partnerships, and I was going to say if we've ever partnered to stand up, but I won't make y'all do that. But I can look around right now and see that the majority of you would probably stand up in one form or another, whether it's through partnering with us to provide a direct service, whether it's through referrals, whether it's through fundraising, or a multitude of different things. But a wise woman once said, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And I share that because it takes a village to carry out this work. And I'm just really grateful for all of you partners in here that have helped us be successful. All of those things is what has helped us create all of these wonderful things. So this is what we call our recovery ecosystem. We believe that it takes all of these to make this work. We believe that we should be able to meet individuals at any continuum where they're at in their recovery and serve them. So they may still be in active use. We need to support them. They may be in long-term recovery. We need to support them. So we try to meet individuals where they're at and have a multitude of services. Every time we hit a barrier or a roadblock, we want to make sure that we have a solution for that individual. We started with phases. We have 3 facilities now, 2 men, 1 women. Last year, we served 64 individuals total, and out of those, 58 of those gained employment, and we had a multitude of other applications that we weren't able to serve because our transitional housing program stayed full majority of the year. That's a good and bad problem to have. Obviously, we could use more transitional housing. R3 Recovery Center is our walk-in center down in West Park. And so anyone can walk through those doors and say, I need help with whatever they need help with. And they've got a peer support there with lived experience to support them. Last year, and I think we're going to well surpass last year's number because we're almost there for 2023. Last year, we served 732 unique individuals. We had 2,577 recovery coaching sessions. We offered tele-recovery support. we make referrals, and we have interactions. So we track all of this data mainly because we want to make sure that what we're doing is working, and we review that in our policies, programs, and procedures to make sure that it's things that need to continue based off of the data that we collect. Wilkes Harm Reduction Collective is our prevention and harm reduction program, really anything that we can do to reduce harm for people who use substances. I truly believe that if we meet individuals where they are at, that they're able to get better. I know for me, when I was in active use, I was pushed so far underground because I was disconnected by stigma and all of the other things that help really felt out of reach. And so I almost existed in this underground world that I had to learn how to survive in, right? I wasn't raised in that space. But I often wonder what my journey would have looked like if I'd had access to harm reduction services. We give out Narcan and naloxone through this program. That's one of our biggest missions through this. We had over 100,000 individuals in 2022 die of overdose. That was a preventable death. So we really believe in pushing out naloxone and Narcan, and we believe that no one should have to die due to this disease. So that's got a lot of amazing data. I will say probably the best and the most impactful thing on this for me is the overdose reversals reported. That means that one of those 1,986 kits we gave out, that 180 people reported that they used that overdose kit to reverse an overdose, which means that's a life saved. That is somebody who otherwise might not be here. And so that's really amazing information to have. We just started our mobile recovery health unit. It's where we take everything we do out on wheels. So the supportive services, the harm reduction services, all of those things go out into the community. We have routine stops. We're still looking to add more of those, but it really just, we know that in Wilkes County we have barriers to transportation, and so this is one way that we've worked on adapting to that need. Out of Project HOW, we realized if we wanted to put people to work, we were going to have to educate employers. So this recovery-friendly workplace is our initiative where we're able to go out and train and talk to employers so that they can designate and become recovery-friendly, which really just means that they have an understanding and are willing to hire individuals who are in recovery. This is one of our first trainings with a multitude of different partners. That's the little sticker that goes on the window when people designate to let other people know that they have designated. And I will tell you that we gained so much interest in Wilkes County that we now have recovery-friendly NC. So we now provide technical assistance to everyone across the state of North Carolina that wants to start recovery-friendly workplace initiatives so that we can support them in creating their own program similar to what we're doing here. And so it's been really cool to watch Asheville and Biltmore Estates, and Novant Health was our first early adopter as far as a statewide adopter. And so what started in little old Wilkes County has now become a statewide initiative, which has been really cool to watch grow. Thrift store, that is operated by individuals who are in recovery, people impacted by recovery, and it is over on Wilkesboro Avenue beside Midtown Garden. While this program brings in enough income to pay the individuals who work there, it's really not its main mission. Its main mission has been to supply vouchers to individuals in the community that need a fresh start, that need furniture for an apartment, that need clothes because they're regaining custody of their children, or a multitude of different reasons why people would have a need. And so we give out vouchers to our individuals we serve, as well as partner agencies in Wilkes County have access to those that they can give to the people they're working with. Fresh Start Farm is our agriculture program. This is one of our newer initiatives. It grows produce for our mobile unit, which is next, and it is operated by individuals in recovery as well. It gives people meaningful and gainful employment. We also think that it's pretty therapeutic to work in the dirt, and so we feel like it gives people opportunities to really watch things grow. The fruit and vegetables from there, alongside the farmers and other people that we support in the community, supply Wilkes Fresh Mobile Market. This was initially an initiative through the Health Foundation and the Healthy Eating Coalition. They created this programming, which then last year got handed down and donated to us to be operated by individuals in recovery. This goes out into food deserts across the community. It is operated by individuals in recovery, and we distribute fresh fruits and vegetables in a multitude of different pay sources. So EBT and SNAP, people can pay cash, or we hand out market bucks, which are pretty much vouchers for people to get free fresh produce. That was last year's data, and we've already gotten a lot of, we're getting ready to jumpstart this season, and we've already got multiple stops that have been requested in addition to last year, so we're looking at how to best meet those needs. Last but not least, we have Hope Warriors. This is our community outreach education initiative. This is where we do trainings to reduce stigma. This is where we go out and share our stories, faces and voices of recovery, so that others can hear the good news. This is last year. This is also where our events live under. So we go out and do community events like our International Overdose Awareness Day event, our recovery rally, and those type things. Last year, we trained 92 people in Language Matters, which is a stigma reduction training. We hosted a harm reduction recovery coaching pathway training to people across the state of North Carolina, that they were able to take the course through us and be trained to carry that back into their communities. We trained and hosted a peer support training for 19 individuals last year. And we trained 55 individuals to be recovery coaches who go out into the community and are able to do this work. So a recovery coach is just someone who wants to have the knowledge and expertise to assist someone. So we've had pastors do it. We've had HR directors do it. We've had a multitude of different people take that training. We do a lot of things on the side that probably we don't have fancy pictures or all of that good stuff about, but we do community cleanup days. We have events for people at our transitional housing, like Fall Into Recovery at the lake. We do spring cleanups. We do a free haircut. We do free haircut events at the center. We have an annual Super Bowl party. July 4th, we get together to watch fireworks. So we try and have pro-social events for individuals that are in recovery to be able to kind of have this community of other people that understand them and that want to support them. Last year, we had this annual luncheon, and if you were here, you can tell it's grown a little bit. I don't know how much longer we'll be able to use this space, even though I really like it. But we do this annually just to get information out to our donors and our partners and to reflect on the year before and moving forward. We have our recovery rally every year. This is our largest event. It has usually anywhere from 300 to 400 individuals at it. They have live music. It's at Wilkesboro Commons. We have speakers and a multitude of fun things that happen in honor of National Recovery Month. So there's events similar to this all over the nation. We do one where people from North Carolina community partners as well as Wilkes County community partners come together to honor National Recovery Month. Last year we had Matt Heckler, which was a renowned bluegrass singer, and we also had the C.J. Ballard Band along with some individual artists who were in recovery that brought things to us. And again, we always have to thank our event sponsors, because otherwise this money would be coming out of our general operating budget, and it costs to put on good events that are healthy and fun for the community. I'm not going to go through all of this, but 2022 was a really big year for our organization. We got a lot of recognition in the year of 2022. See if there's anything I needed to hit on. Y'all watched some of these in a video. I will say our programs director, Jeff Walker, graduated from Leadership Academy, and Amanda Hooper participated in the Citizens Academy with Wilkesboro Police Department and got trained. And then our organization as a whole received a Humanitarian Award, we received a Harm Reduction Hero Award, and we received the NC1 Community in Recovery Champion Award. So all really cool stuff. While we know we're doing good work because we're in the midst of it on a daily basis, it's always nice to hear when other people recognize that too.
Wow, there is a lot of people in this room. Everybody likes success stories. I love success stories, so I want to share a success story. I want you to meet Andy. Andy came to us homeless, broken, and battling addiction. The love and acceptance he found in our harm reduction program changed that course. Soon after participating with Wilkes Harm Reduction Collective, Andy began to seek out our other services, regular meeting with the peer support specialist at our WRR Center. That led Andy to entering treatment center and successfully completing the program. Andy found sobriety through 2 of our programs, but his journey with Wilkes Recovery Revolution did not stop there. When Andy returned from treatment, he needed recovery-centered housing that was affordable and safe. He found that at Phases Recovery. At Phases, he became stable in his recovery and established a social bond that exists today. He found a community of recovery that welcomed him with open arms and found his true self and the person he's always wanted to be. With the support of Wilkes Recovery Revolution, Andy was also able to address some health issues that were a result of his chaotic drug use. Today, Andy has a clean bill of health and maintaining a foundation of wellness. Andy received a second chance in life. He wanted to pay it back. He wanted to pay it forward. And when a position opened up with our organization, Andy jumped at the opportunity. Andy remains employed with us while he continues to grow in his recovery and faith. Andy is our Phases Recovery house manager, where he provides support for 22 other males and helps guide them on their journey. In the past year, Andy has become a North Carolina peer support specialist and a national recovery coach. This is a true success story. When we first met Andy, we asked him where he was staying. Andy replied, under a tree. Today, Andy has a roof over his head, full-time employed, and a chance to gain a real life. We met Andy. He was lost in the dark, and today we get to bear witness to his light. We are grateful to know Andy and to be a part of his journey. And we was able to do this because of all of you. Andy, he's over here in the corner. Will you please stand up?
Two stories as well. My name's Amanda. I'm the operations director here with Wilkes Recovery Revolution. This is Jenny. Jenny was one of our very first participants at the WRR Recovery Center in 2020. She and her husband came to us simply looking for a healthy connection with another human being, and what they found was family full of love, support, and compassion. When Jenny first engaged in services, she shared with us that she had been told that she was unemployable. She was struggling to survive on her small disability check, and she had accepted that this was the life that she deserved. With the support and encouragement of her peer navigator, Jenny began taking advantage of some of the soft skills training and certification courses we offered. These opportunities gave her the confidence and building blocks she needed to go further with her education. Jenny was the first person in line to sign up for NC TechPath's Per Scholas program, and our first unemployable peer at the center now earns $52,000 a year as a full-time employee at Lowe's Companies as an IT support specialist. She no longer, that's right. She no longer relies on disability. She no longer relies on someone else's transportation. She no longer relies on the opinions of others to dictate her worth. Jenny knows who she is today, and the strength and confidence she exudes acts as a beacon of hope for others to see. We are better because we know Jenny. She's not here with us today because she's making that money at Lowe's, so we're going to honor her from afar. We do, however, have Tiffany here with us, right? If you guys attended last year's luncheon, then you heard the touching story of a family ravaged by addiction and stronger today because of their collective story of recovery. Last year, Tiffany shared with us her 20-plus year struggle with chaotic substance use. She shared with us the things she lost and the trauma, abuse, and neglect she was trying to outrun. She also shared with us the impact this organization had on her. She shared about the safety she felt within the walls of the R3 Recovery Center and the support she found from its staff. Tiffany allowed us to hear about the accomplishments she was able to find, and she told us that she started coming to R3 as a safe place to keep her away from triggers, old people, places, and things, and stayed because the transformation she was seeing within herself. As Tiffany stood at this podium and told us all of these things, she worked with us as an intern through a partnership with NC Works. Her duties were to make sure when someone walked through the door, they felt heard, seen, and loved. Tiffany excelled at all of those things. With the continued encouragement of her now co-workers, Tiffany re-enrolled in school and is now in her last semester, scheduled to graduate in May of 2023 with her associate in arts. That's right. She's on track to graduate specializing in business management with a concentration in human resources. Tiffany also outgrew that front desk and now has her very own office with the words "Finance Assistant" on the door. She has become an integral part of our organization and a prime example of how meeting someone where they are, showing them love and compassion, and allowing them to dictate their future can remove any limitations their future may have. Tiffany, if the room doesn't know you, would you stand up? We're so grateful for
you. This and many other stories that we get to hear on a regular basis, we realize that people come to us in their most vulnerable moments, and we get to be a part of that journey. We are blessed to play a role in the lives of so many individuals. Their stories of resilience, growth, and success are inspiring and endless. We could tell one for probably every day of the year. To do this important work, we know it takes a village because complex problems cannot be solved alone. The village we are a part of is full of love, compassion, and service. We are privileged to be amongst giants in the community. And last year, we recognized our board chair, Mr. Cam Finley, for his outstanding dedication and service to the recovery community. Last year, he dedicated the award to his son, Cameron, honoring his memory. And this year, we would like to continue to give the award in Cameron's name. So every year we do this award, and we really think hard about who deserves this award because we said it takes a village, it takes a multitude of different people, and everybody in this room has probably contributed in some way or another. But there is one person that over the last years has stood out to us. So the recipient of the 2023 Recovery Community Award is someone I guarantee everyone in this room knows and adores. And she likely knows you all by first name and thinks the same. We lovingly refer to her as the unofficial mayor of Wilkes County. Her dedication to ensuring the growth and prosperity of Wilkes County is unmatched, and this dedication translates into the work she is doing for the recovery community. When asked to serve on our board of directors when we started this organization, there was no hesitation. She answered the call and has shown unwavering support of this organization, its mission, its staff, and the people it serves. With almost 25 years as the chamber president, if you want a quote from hers, if you want to be in the know, you listen. I listen to learn. So we dedicate this year's 2023 Recovery Community Champion Award to Miss Linda Cheek.
Surprised me.
You were supposed to know.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
You can say something
Can I
if you
say
want
something
to.
if I'm able?
Yes.
Thank you, guys. You know, being a part of this organization is so rewarding. When you hear the stories that we just heard, you know, what powerful stories those are. We're changing lives. And that is so, so important for all of us to realize. God put us on this earth to have a servant heart. So let's all look at that and be a servant. Be a servant for God and be a servant for other people. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed their food in this presentation. But before we part our ways, we got a couple more things we want you to check out. We're going to look into the future here shortly. But right now, I want you to take a second and look at your neighbors in this room. We've got law enforcement. Wilkes Recovery Revolution, with the partnership with the Health Foundation, now partners with local law enforcement from both municipalities of doing crisis intervention team. Very grateful for that. We've got local and county and state representatives of government. Wilkes Recovery always shows up when asked or needed and has a great relationship with all. We've got healthcare workers, which Wilkes Recovery, as needed, will send peer supports to our hospital to serve the people we serve. EMS, right? So we just started our new team, PORT team, post-overdose response. So we partner with EMS to meet the need of those that are overdosing. Our faith community. Anytime that we're asked, we will show up to our faith community. And as we know, we have a very large faith community in our community. I'm very grateful for that. Partnering organizations. We have partner organizations all the way from Asheville, Boone, Surrey County. We're very grateful for you, as well as our local organizations. We cannot do what we do without your help. And all the other leaders in here. Huge leaders that do a lot of things for this community. We are so very grateful for you. As I've been standing up here looking, I'm getting overwhelmed with gratitude. Because a short 7 years ago, like we talked about, we did not talk about the disease of addiction. The people that was in recovery recovered in silence. And now when I see you all in this room showing your support, today we get to recover out loud. Very grateful for that as well. As you can see on the screen behind me, to meet our goal, here in a minute.
I didn't put it up there.
Okay.
Just carry on.
All right. Well, you won't see on this screen behind me. But I'm going to tell you what our goal is. Our goal is $300,000. And that may seem like a big number, because it is a big number. All right? But I want to take the time to kind of explain where this number comes from, where we got that number from. In 2019, due to grant funding, Wilkes Recovery Revolution grew astronomically to meet the need of the people we serve in our community. This brought many blessings, but also many challenges. I was told along the way that those were called growing pains. Through the process of growing pains, we learned a lot about the grant process and general operating budget. We learned that you may not receive the grant funding on the date that you have been told. We also learned that not every grant gives you a certain percentage of money up front, that you have to spend money from your general operating budget and then get reimbursed monthly or quarterly. So we experienced some of this last year while waiting on a grant that we was told we would get in September 2022. We finally got the reimbursed for the money in February of 2023. So that is 5 months of our general operating budget. But I am happy to say that was a very challenging time for us, but we never shut the door, and we continue to meet the need of the people in the community. The $300,000 comes from what it costs for operations of Wilkes Recovery Revolution in 2023 for 6 months. And we have been told that it is best practice to always try to have 6 months of funding in your general operation budget, if possible. So, saying that, people want to know where their money's going, right? I want to know where my money's going. Everybody wants to know where their money's going. Donating to Wilkes Recovery Revolution, you are providing a safe, structured, sober environment where individuals find meaningful work, build relationships back with their kids and family through Phases Recovery Transitional House, where we house 22 males and 10 females in 3 different houses. Donating your money to Wilkes Recovery, you're providing vouchers for individuals in the need of clothing, furniture, and other household items through Revolutionary Thrift Store. Donating to Wilkes Recovery Revolution, providing a safe space for people to meet with authentic peer support who have lived experience and help navigate others in their journey and continue to meet people where they are. It also provides a safe space during the day for our homeless community to eat, have resources, and to feel a part of this community. And we do that at R3 Recovery Center. Donating to Wilkes Recovery, you are providing fresh produce bought from local agriculture as well as harvest from our farm that goes into the food deserts into our community and sells fresh produce at a discount price, as well as accept EBT and SNAP. You do that through Wilkes Fresh Mobile Market. Donating to Wilkes Recovery, you are providing workforce development and educations while we partner with Wilkes Community College, NC Works, NC Tech Pass, and Goodwill, and others, as well as our local businesses. You do that through Project HOW, which is healing our workforce. Lastly, try not to get choked up. Donating to Wilkes Recovery Revolution, you're giving hope to the people that feel hopeless. You're showing unconditional love to people that forgot how it felt to be loved. And most importantly, you are literally saving their lives. And that's through Wilkes Harm Reduction Collective. What I can promise you is with the leadership of Devin and the Wilkes Recovery team, I promise you that we will continue to do the boots on the ground work and build bridges and live in the solution. But we cannot do this without your help. There are pledge cards on every table, so before you leave, if you can, please make a donation. There's no donation too big, obviously, $300,000. But there is no donation too small. We were grateful for any. We, as a community, will continue to build a stronger community where recovery is not only possible, but probable to expectation. So, before I step down, I do want to recognize one more time our sponsors, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Tope Gallery, and Finley Properties. This is the first year that we've got our luncheon sponsored, so that's been pretty cool. We didn't have to spend money from that general operating budget. I also want to recognize Can Do Catering. It's food y'all ate, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. Thank you. I want to recognize this gentleman over here that's playing the keyboard as everybody come in. This is David Colson. When we first opened R3, he'd come hang out with us for a while. Now he's doing his thing in Boone and doing different gigs. So thank you, David, for taking the time out of your day to come down here. I also want to thank all the volunteers who helped us set up this today. Thank you for showing up. Our WRR team, Wilkes Recovery team, thank you. We could not do the work at the capacity we do without the team like Devin was saying earlier. We're very grateful for y'all. Our board of directors, Thank you for your guidance and helping us navigate through this journey. We could not do this without y'all's guidance. And then Devin and I... And then Devin and I and the Wilkes Recovery team want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to showing up for this luncheon. Thank you for all being leaders in this little, big, thriving rural community. We could not make this possible without everybody in this room and the rest of our community. So thank you very much.
I think it is the first time ever that I've been on time and that things have ran this smoothly. We have got a lot of ways that you can follow us, keep up with this good work. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have TikTok now. I want to give you a sneak peek of what that will look like, as well as just some other things that you can look forward to, and then I'll wrap us up. Age of 25, I was hopeless, homeless, and addicted. My story hadn't always been like that, though, quite the opposite. I was born in a middle to upper class loving family. I had So we've got a ways to go, but I think you are the first group outside of our board of directors to ever even hear about it. So wish us luck on these new endeavors, and hope that we can bridge all the gaps and connect all the dots to make this a possibility here in Wilkes County. We were given this opportunity through Bhavik Patel, who owned the property at the time. He has been gracious to work with us on making sure that he held that property until we could dot our I's and cross our T's and make sure that it was something that we were going to be able to proceed with. We currently, if you know any state senators, are written into the state budget that just passed the House. So if you do know someone and want to advocate for our funding to stay in the state budget, then that will be a long ways in making this dream come true and bridging a huge gap in our state, not just Wilkes, but our state as a whole. So that is really exciting. We will keep you updated on that. My TED Talk, because everyone has asked, is they have almost got it ready to be released. They're doing the back end language and edits and stuff for it to be ready. They gave me a clip of it that I could use today. So for those of you that have asked, you'll see that soon. And we are starting CIT, which is a crisis intervention team here that Walker talked about, as well as we have hired our project coordinator for our post-overdose response team, where we're going to work locally with our local EMS and hopefully their new community paramedic program to serve as the individuals with lived experience to meet individuals when they're in crisis or in an overdose. So I think that is all that's new for Wilkes Recovery Revolution, and it's a lot. but we're really excited, and we are excited to continue to watch this thing grow, and we're excited to watch it grow where it's meant to grow. That may look different than what we anticipate right now, but right now this is our plan and our track, and we're really excited to be serving Wilkes County. So I appreciate you all again. Thank our sponsors, Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, Finley Properties, and Tote Gallery. And I hope that you all got enough food, and if you didn't, please go fix you another plate before you leave. And I think that that's all we have. Thank you so much.